Hey guys, what is going on? There is Broadway Pixels here bringing you back with another video. And this time this is the Loony Labs decryption kind of thing. In the Toontown Rewritten latest blog post, they said the loonylabs.net is back online. I'm already logged in now. I am familiar with Linux, so this is going to be a little bit of an easier job for me. So let's decrypt to see what's kind of in the directory. Now, the first thing is ls basically views what's in that current folder / directory. So if you can see here, there's welcome, there's 26, and there's blueprints. Now, welcome's kind of, I guess, the introduction. So when you cd to welcome, it doesn't really do much. So basically it says no such file directory, or in this case, no such directory. Now, we're going to cd to 26 because that's a main directory. So when we go to cd, it's going to say, right to the juicy stuff, then they'll want to brush up with these for what comes next. And what does come next? It what's already happened. I suppose they'll need to know what's already happened to understand precisely. Pretty interesting. Now, when we go to ls again, it's going to view what's in the directory of the current, which we're in 26. So now there's info.txt, which text files can't really be easily as read in this kind of case. I couldn't seem to figure out that part. Excuse me, but so there's the two, and then there's archive. So, but first we're going to go back to the cd of the main directory because we see blueprints. So let's see cd to blueprints, and then when we go to blueprints, it says I remember these good times, bad times for him. Now, what does him mean in this case? Maybe Slappy? You know, kind of maybe a perspective because Slappy was taken away at the kind of the elections. We'll have to find out. And he said, he'll learn to appreciate it's only a matter of time. Time is all it's even a matter of. Pretty kind of spooky interesting though. So obviously in the directory of blueprints now is portable hull, portability design, silly meter, which I kind of expect is because all the clues and everything of when you go into the TTR website, you basically see silly and Loony Labs and all this kind of stuff is behind the silly meter. So that's kind of just one thing that's been blowing me away, of kind of an obvious kind of answer. It has to be a silly meter coming up. But it also says the rewritten device, laugh meter, manufacturing machine. I'm guessing it's a silly meter machine. But, you know, maybe, you know, this is why the Toon Hall still looks old from the old days of like 2003 and all that. Maybe they're kind of retweaking it to not only a better Toon Hall, but maybe kind of something with a little bit of more rewritten kind of things, because that's the idea. Excuse me. So that's in that directory. So let's go cd back to the main directory, and we're going to cd to 26. And then we're going to go and see that the archive is, and the two, there are basically two more we have to look into. So we got to go to archive to the two. The two, question mark on quotes, that was a nice reign to it. Though I think more fitting would be the one, quote unquote, which one of us is the one, quote unquote. Basically both. Pretty interesting. But when we go to ls, it has 31126, our pleasure to return text file, and then comma 3426, to whom it may concern, another text file, and then comma 5326, will be in touch, text file. Kind of seems like a cog has interfered with this, so we'll have to see upon that part. So basically that's the same thing. So we're going to cd back to the main directory, and we're going to go to cd 26. But in this case, we're going to... I already know. But cd, and we're going to go to archive. Sorry, my typing. And then we're going to go into the archive. We're going to hit ls. Now, there is no text, but it does say for 3526 emergency memo.txt, which is a text file, comma 00426. And then there's a lab report text file. And then 21126, there's a confidential file. So, excuse me, pretty interesting. 3/1/26, there's an emergency monitor broadcast of again a text file. Excuse me. And then there's 3/3/26, there's a call log text file. So it must be some kind of call log that's been going on, maybe between the cogs and the centimeter kind of readings, who knows. And then 3/2/26, a manual transmission of a text file. And then 3/6/26, court records. Pretty interesting. So it kind of makes me question, is Dr. Shirley and all this kind of stuff, is he a cog in some kind of way? I don't really understand all this. It's so tricky on how even when the election happened that day, basically Slappy was just, out of, it's just so weird. So we'll have to see on that part. But basically there's nothing else to kind of view, There's cat, but they don't really specify what cat or anything else means. So we'll have to see on that part, but basically that's kind of all of what I found so far. And maybe you guys can kind of decrypt to see what could be coming on next. What do you think's coming on next to TTR? What do you think they have next? So hopefully this kind of a little summed up a little bit of what could have this basically determined for you. I know there's a lot of smart people out there, especially smarter than me in this. So see, maybe you could put some puzzles together to see what could be coming next to TTR. So this is kind of a little bit of what's on the loonylabs.net. I will leave the link in the description so you can mess around with that as well. But this has been Broadway Pixels here, and I hope you all enjoyed this kind of brief video of what could this mean. The world of Endless of Toontown may never know. But, I'm sure somebody will figure this out. What could this mean? Or at least the closest guess. Maybe some people will think, oh, this has to be it, You never know. There's so many smart tunes out there. But this has been Broadway Pixels here. I hope you all enjoyed this quick video. And stay tuned for my next video, everybody.